Hey folks, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I am Julianne Hoore, the bearded bombshell of the Scottish drag scene. Today we're going to be reviewing the brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13, Episode 14, and the Drag Excellence Runway. Now I said last week that it was a semi-final. Of course this was the semi-final, but they're all going through to the grand final, which I kind of expected anyway given the normal format, but they of course could have changed it up entirely this year. But we have our official grand finale top 4, so who are we all rooting for? I'm very excited to see what they all pull out for the grand finale. All of the queens, not just our top 4. We'll have the reunion next week, so depending on how it's filmed, we might do a review of that. We might skip a week, give me a little bit of a break. Who knows? We'll see. And if not, we'll be back the week after for the grand finale. But for now, we have the semi-finale runway Drag Excellence to review, and there's some things to discuss. Let's just get straight on into it with Gottmik. Gottmik really set the standard for this runway because this look was so incredibly iconic, but so incredibly like Gottmik in terms of the character, the styling, the comedy. It had Gottmik's clown face, but then polka dots that was just like normal glam makeup, which was such a clever idea with this whole polka dot look, you know, like have it, not just the look, the dress, then she had it in the hair, which was very big, very grand, it made me think of like Dynasty, very like period pass, like vintage glamour, but then polka dots on the top, and then this kind of like poodle kind of style here, and then her makeup matching with the polka dots that's in the hair and the dress itself. Such a clever idea to really kind of like amp up what was meant to be drag excellence. She didn't have to do the makeup with that, but it just made so much sense, and it was so very Gottmik as well. Like I didn't know what to expect because Gottmik always brings out something new, something spectacular, and they didn't fail to disappoint. Let's be real, they really set the standard for what the runway could have been. It's an overall very classic silhouette, kind of like a halter kind of dress going up into a collar, and then very well fitted. But then even the polka dots as well, she matched that with the makeup in terms of like holes, so it was mostly black dots, but then there was the odd like just hole in it where it just exposes skin, and I was like, wow, that is really fantastic, really executed head to toe look, and I was totally, utterly, spectacularly gagged. Next up we have is Kandy Muse, and I wasn't quite sure about this look. Was excellence. Like, it doesn't necessarily seem to be the pinnacle of like best drag either. Like this is not Kandy's best look, so I was kind of confused. There were so many colours going on, it was quite busy, different fabrics going on as well, and it looked kind of fairly cheap, like little cheap bits of jersey it looked like, and then cheap transparent fabric that was very shiny, and then you had matte fabrics, and it was just like all like and then those sleeves were very unusual as well. Kind of reminded me of like Bauhaus period where they had like unusual shapes, like I think pre-20s 30s time Bauhaus. Extreme silhouette is very comedy, character, unusualness, but that's just what the sleeves were giving me. The rest of the look wasn't giving me that, as you can see from the reference photos. It was just, I wasn't living for this. And then the colours as well. There was like a mauve, and then you've got the bright yellow, and you've got the orange. And, it was just all over the place. It wasn't a very cohesive look, head to toe. Just the look itself. I did like some of the styling pieces, like the earrings, the geometric earrings that matched a little chartreuse bow, and then she had the same as the bag, although I wish it was kind of like an Olivia Lux size bag instead of like, it just looked like a normal handbag. So I was like, what about this as drag, you know, like make like what's playing with proportions here. I will say the makeup was very cute, absolutely loved that, but overall the look itself, it's a hag. Next up we had was Rosie, giving us Scottish tartan classicness, very classic silhouette as well. That Meredith like length hair all the way down her back, down to her ass crack. That was brilliant. I absolutely loved that. She looked so stunning. there was just some details that I was just like, ooh. Start with the good points. The dress, classic, beautiful. I also believe the tartan matched between the top and then like the peplum circle skirt at the bottom. That the print matched, the weave matched even, not the print. And I liked the way she played with layers, like having these pleats coming up and then a draped section, and she had the circle skirt at the bottom. I loved all the layers and elements to it. But then every time it zoomed in, the bit with the pleats, you could see it was all frayed at the top. And I was like, ooh, it's not been finished properly. And I get it, they're in a rush. Like Rosie has pulled out some amazing outfits that I'm sure she had custom made just for Drag Race. So not everything will probably be finished to the pinnacle drag excellence. But I mean, if that is a category that you're given, and then you come out with something that's not even finished and it's fraying at the top and doesn't look deliberate, because it didn't look deliberate. I don't mind a little bit of fraying, like on a hem, where you take out some of the threads deliberately and it's given that deliberate texture, deliberate fraying, to kind of give a little fringe to it, a little hem to it, in a different way than just a nice clean hem. But it didn't look like that. It just looked sloppy and messy, and the category was drag excellence, and it wasn't excellently finished, so how can it be that? It was a great silhouette, great look overall. She had it with it, gorgeous hair, the makeup looked stunning. So, nevertheless, it is a gag. And then last up we had is Symone, giving us a very simple elegance, which was very beautiful, and you cannot deny this was absolutely stunning. Was it for me? I wasn't particularly convinced. I think it is beautiful, but I think we've had so many great Symone looks that this one kind of falls by the wayside just a little bit. It's stunning. Don't come at me, Symone fans, but yeah, I just feel that she could have done something more powerful, more extreme. Like when you set the bar so high, it's so easy to just fall just a little bit by the wayside sometimes, and I think she did this on this occasion. I mean, the drama with the sleeves was amazing, and I love where she's like just stood still and the sleeves are just draped down the sides, and then she has this pinched silhouette with the gown. But in movement, I just didn't like the sleeves, you know, like they just looked as if they were just dragging sloppily along the floor, and then she has this really structured nipped in silhouette on the main dress and then these big bouncy sleeves. I don't know, the two things didn't really match that well together for me personally, but I would say the hair was stunning again. Symone gives good head, and that cornrows with the jewels going down it, that was really like an elevation of how we've seen cornrows ever, period. And I thought that was absolutely stunning. And the overall look was pretty good. Not going to complain too much, just it wasn't for me, I don't think, personally. Nevertheless, the look is still a total gag. As we mentioned again, we have a top 4. Next week we're going to get a reunion. I wonder how that's going to pan out, if it's going to go explosive, because it doesn't seem to have had that many controversies except for maybe Kandy and Tamisha earlier in the season, but I think it's going to be a fairly calm reunion, which is a bit of a shame. We love the drama. Interesting to see how they turn it out for the reunion and the grand finale, because we have so many little fashion queens here. And who do we think will win this season? Do you think it's going to be Gottmik, Kandy Muse, Rosie, Symone? I think we could argue for any of them. For Gaggiest Gag, it hands down goes to Gottmik this week. That polka dot look was so stunning, so Gottmik, so fashion, so much comedy. It's just so incredibly Gottmik. So hats off to Gottmik, that is for sure. I think I'm rooting for Gottmik. Gottmik really has me sold. If not Symone, probably, but I could see any of them win. Let me know in the comments down below who has your Gaggiest Gag for this week, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to press that like button down below, subscribe and ring the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. If you want to check out more of me, check me out on all social media at Julianne Hoore. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye folks.